Hey, H2 here. I just thought I would hop in and talk about legs up the wall, a few quick tips on how to do that. Legs up the wall is one of my very favorite poses, and I do it quite regularly. It's great for many, many things. It's an inversion, so it helps to recalibrate the body. It helps to reverse kind of some of the tension that you've been feeling through the legs, the knees, the hips, the feet maybe. So a lot of times if we stand on our feet or sit quite a bit, which usually we fall into one of those two categories, we can end up with achiness through our joints in the lower half of our body. So this helps to relieve that stress. It also is great if you have a headache or swelling in the feet or ankles. It helps to reverse that. Also great for, Also great if you have stress or you're feeling fatigued. Also if you just need a little relaxation. So legs up the wall, you can do it for 5 minutes would be probably the shortest I would recommend to get the benefit, all the way up to 20 or 30 minutes, just depending on how much time you have. So I will kind of walk you through this. Now, the only restrictions would be if you're pregnant. I would not advise doing this just because it can cause a blood flow issue with the low back. So probably avoid this unless your physician tells you that that's okay. And you might also check in with a healthcare professional if you have glaucoma or hypertension. So those are kind of the three cases that probably should avoid it, but definitely talk to your doctor or healthcare professional to see what they recommend. There may be something else that they have. So we will go ahead and lay down. So we're going to keep the hips a good distance away from the wall. We'll just lay down, nice and slow. And I want you to get the hips nice and heavy here. So the feet are resting against the wall, the hips are even here, the arms are just resting down next to the body. So like I said, you could do this 5 to 20 minutes, maybe even 30 if you have the time. A lot of times I will use this before bed to relax, or if I'm meditating, sometimes I'll choose to do this instead of sitting. So if you're here in legs up the wall, I would recommend trying to get in some deep breaths. So just a big inhale through the nose and exhale through the nose. Just try to calm your body down, let it relax a little while you're here. So you may feel a little tingling in the toes, or they may even be cold. That's completely normal. This is an inversion, so we're letting the blood flow come away from our feet and our ankles, and sometimes that can cause that cold feeling or tingling. If it bothers you, you can always bend the knees and just hold it here for a minute and then take it back up. But I would try to avoid doing that if at all possible. You just let the body relax here, let the neck and the shoulders relax. And you really don't need any equipment for this as long as you have a wall that's available. Some things that can help to make it a little bit more comfortable are your mat. Maybe you would like to stack a blanket underneath the body. So you can always use a blanket under the hips. And in order to get that under the hips, you would just lift the hips up. You can always put this under the hips before you get down here, if you would like. That makes it a little easier on the sacrum and the low back. The other thing that sometimes I like to do is use an eye pillow. It's even better if the eye pillow is maybe misted with a little lavender or is filled with lavender. You just chill out here, relax, continue breathing. band, so that's legs up the wall. Hopefully you can get that in sooner rather than later, because it definitely is good for nearly everyone. So thanks for stopping by. Hope to see you soon.